Hello, this is Horror Studio One, and this is my unedited podcast.
Hello, this is Horror Studio One coming to you once again with the podcast. If you guys have noticed, the recording is kind of off because I'm actually currently in a car right now. I'm outside, but I just thought about making this video for you guys today to explain if tomorrow's video or the day after, if the video, my voice sounds kind of messed up and muffled, it's because I am sick. And thus, I thought about today's topic that I'm just going to make an unedited podcast about and talk a bit about that. If you guys have been listening to me do my podcast and my live streams, dude, I'm really sick right now. I want to cough so bad right now. But if you guys have been listening to those that I've done in the past, you guys will know that I've told my many personal ghost stories, ghost encounter stories on my live streams and podcasts. But there is one that I actually have yet to tell. And, I thought about it after becoming sick and the idea of becoming sick and related to the paranormal. So I get sick, honestly, when I'm super busy, and right now I am so busy. And yeah, if you guys can't tell, I'm using a phone to record right now. So if you guys think I'm being too loud or the sound is too much, turn your volume down as well. And if my voice sounds too bad, I guess just don't listen to this video, because I am like... Yesterday, I was the worst. I was the sickest yesterday. And the only reason why is because I don't like to wear a jacket, and I like to be cool like that, but I end up just dying. So that's basically why. So if you guys want to know my story, I'm going to tell you guys right now. Every time I get really tired, I get really sick. So a couple years ago, I actually went on a trip, and it was a trip to Japan. This was in 2014, and I was around 21 years old at this time, and I went to Japan to kind of live on my own and to support myself financially, and I wanted to see if I could do so in another country. It takes a lot of bravery, a lot of courage to do that, in my opinion, because I actually did not know Japanese. A mistake, thinking back on it now, but during that time, I thought I was really cool. I thought, things would be really great, so I went to Japan on this thing called a working holiday, in which this government program kind of helps you out find a job in a different country. You can go to Australia, you can go to many places, England, whatnot, and that's the way it is for Canada, the country which I live in. And Japan is actually one of the hardest states to find a job. It is the hardest state to find a job. Australia is the easiest. So if you guys want to go on this working holiday, go to Australia. Do not go to Japan. So I went to Japan with high hopes and a lot of confidence that, I would be able to find a job very quickly, being a foreigner and being able to speak English, even though not speaking a single word of Japanese. And thus, I went there and I messed up. I lost all my money. I basically had to live on, $20 a day, stuff like that, living in bunk beds with 7 other men. We each had our own bunk bed, but in the same room, the same area, and just, having that kind of difficulty in my life. And then I basically became obviously very, very tired many of the times. Of course, in about 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I was able to finally get a job teaching English to little kids at a daycare center, and also doing some online English teaching to elderly people as well. So I was doing that for a while, and that was sufficient for me to support myself. During that time, I made many friends, around the area, and one of the friends that I made, we decided, hey, let's go on an Asian trip, like backpacking trip kind of thing, and then we both decided we wanted to do that. So we went to actually Malaysia, which is where this person is from. And Malaysia, in Asia, you think that, the Japanese are known for the supernatural because of all the ghost stories and all that kind of crazy stuff, right? The ghost movies and, The Ring, The Grudge, all those ones. But in reality, it's Malaysia that's known for the most supernatural phenomena in Asia, and it's a very religious place. It's a very conservative place as well. And being someone from North America, many things were different. Many things are good in Malaysia that are worth looking at, and one of them was actually called the Highlands. So these highlands are like basically a mark there in Malaysia. Every tourist has to go, and you basically go there through a bus, and you take the bus up this giant mountain, and these highlands are on top of the clouds kind of thing, and there's forest there. They have like many hotels, they have places to eat. It's a really great tourist area. I went there during this time with my friend, and I wasn't sick then, but of course, being in Asia for a long time away from home, I think in Asia that time, probably my third month in Asia, I was actually already really skinny because not enough food to eat. Back at home, mom would take care of laundry. Mom would prepare you a meal. But when you're living on your own for the first time in a different country, not knowing their language, with no money, you tend to become a lot skinnier, and that's what happened to me. That happened to me for a while. And then my time during Malaysia, we did a lot of traveling. There was this one time I remember that it was our first night in these highlands. Me and my friend, we walked into the place that we were supposed to go to, which was the hotel that my friend had booked. And then as we were walking in there, my friend looks, and there's nobody at the reception. Okay, this place was like dead, and because there were so many different hotels, it wasn't a populated hotel. Like, it wasn't it was more like a motel. It was more like even a hostel kind of thing. There was like maybe 3 or 4 rooms, and you get one singular room, and then the reception is like non-existent. Basically, it's just some apartment building basically. It was in the middle of the day too. It was like all bright and shine and sunny. It wasn't like 12 o'clock at night with the rain pouring down on our heads kind of thing. So me and my friend walk in, and then I see this dude by the window, and he looks like an elderly. They call him uncles there, so like an older, like middle-aged man. He was a bit darker skinned, so I think he wasn't of Chinese descent, because there's a lot of different races that live in Malaysia. So I kind of look at him, and then I look at my friend. My friend's trying to look for the reception or somebody that give us the keys for us to go inside our room so we can put our stuff down and go maybe eat something afterwards. So we're doing that. We're trying to look for someone, and there is actually no reception. They basically wrote a note to take the key and open the room for our names and stuff. It's like really weird, and then extremely sketchy though too. And I was actually really sketched out by that dude by the window, because he was standing right by the window in which it was like our room. So we go inside, we put down our stuff, we chill for a bit, and then I'm walking out, and then me and my friend are talking about, like, oh my God, that was a horrible service, blah, blah, blah. Why did you book this? Because my friend booked it, And then my friend was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, that guy that was at the window? That was like freaky, man. I thought he was the reception. And then my friend was like, what guy at the window? And I was like, that dude at the window that was like dark, and he was like giving us the weird eyes and like looking at us weirdly. And this dude looked like a normal person, okay? But my friend said they didn't see anyone. But the thing was, this dude looked like a normal dude. Like, he was a concrete motherfucker, okay? He was dark, he was like kind of cocky looking, he looked like like a mob boss, gangsta, just like a normal middle-aged, man looking at some kids, with backpacks. And then I was like, dude, that guy, man, that was at the window. He's like, no, there was no one. My friend didn't see a single person. She's like, there was not a single person there. And I was like, huh? And then on that trip, I became sick. Afterwards, I got extremely sick. Of course, it could have been my over exertion of my health, traveling the world and doing that kind of stuff. But every time I talk to my friend, they always remind me of that story about that guy that they never saw. And they, even to this day, tell me, wasn't trying to scare me, wasn't trying to freak me out, wasn't playing a trick on me. They never saw anybody at the window. And this was a small friggin' place. This was like if you go to like a suburban middle class house and the window is like right next to it and there's the door. That's it. And the reason I never went to the man to ask anything was because he obviously looked like he didn't actually work there, and he, you know, was giving up a vibe like don't talk to me kind of thing. But every time I talk to my friend, they always tell me that was the reason I became sick, was because of that. So, you know, before I said I told all my ghost stories, I don't think I really count this one as a ghost encounter, because I was never frightened. Nothing seemed odd besides the fact that my friend never saw that person. That was the only thing that was out of the ordinary. So I never shared this story before. I apologize, but yeah, I mean, it just reminded me of that because I'm sick right now, and could it be that, you know, I came into another encounter with a man that people can't see, and then now I'm sick, but not really sure. But anyways, that's it for today for the Unedited Podcast. Just a bit of my personal life that I want to share with you guys again. There will be normal videos tomorrow. Hopefully my voice gets better. So, I mean, it's not too horrible right now. I know I've recorded videos in worse conditions, but thank you guys once again for listening and for sticking with me if you listen to the end, because this is pretty shitty audio, I know, because I'm just holding my phone talking into it. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have a great day, and tomorrow at 1 there will be another video, guys. Love you.